Right, Martin, you've done the double over the Strikers this season with tonight's win. What was the secret to the win tonight?
Oh, I don't think there was any secret. I think, in all honesty, I think fatigue from the strikers' point of view definitely set in the second half, and that was something that I expected would happen. I must admit I did expect it to happen earlier in the first half rather than late in the second half, but there was no great secret to it. I think it was more the fact that your team, well, your club played a game 4 days ago and spent a fair time travelling and obviously extra time as well, so it's a compliment to us that we've actually got the double OBs, but I think there was extenuating factors there that caused that as well.
You were under a fair bit of pressure in the first half. Did that surprise you that they opened up at such a pace?
No, that's exactly what I expected, because normally you're on a high and it can go one or two ways. When you win and you've come back from a win, and then you've got that game 2 days, 3 days later, you've still got that energy and enthusiasm. I expected that. That's exactly what I thought would happen. But I didn't expect it to last for 45 minutes, to be honest with you. I thought they'd hit a wall after 25, 30 minutes. No, and I was concerned at half time, and that's what I said to my players, that we had to change a number of things in order to make sure that we stopped this enthusiasm that was running through strikers' blood. And we did that by basically putting greater pressure on the ball from a higher point of view as well, because rather than putting the pressure on middle to back third, we said no, we'll put it on the front, and when we get it on the front third, then that will allow us to press them in the middle and obviously higher up as well. So I think just started putting that little bit of pressure on them made it a little bit more difficult, as the second goal proved as well, and just putting a little bit of pressure.
You were defensively pretty solid throughout the match. Is that a foundation of the way you've turned the season?
Absolutely. That's part of my philosophy, is that as well as like every coach, they're a possession-based football coach, blah blah blah, which is usual rhetoric that I call it. Without a defensive foundation, a solid block at the back, including a good goalkeeper, don't get me wrong, then for me, your philosophy is out the window. You've got to make sure you don't concede goals. And I just spoke to somebody actually after the game, to be honest with you, and I did say to them that mentally, I thought if we come down here today and get a 0-0 draw, I'll be happy. Obviously we've come away with a 2-0 win, so I'm even happier.
Yeah, no, you've brought Zenon Caravella into the side.
Yeah.
He offered some real quality tonight, didn't he?
I think as well as quality, you've got that experience and that enthusiasm that everybody feeds off him. And my son, who's only 17-year-old, is sitting next to him in the middle of midfield. What an experience for a 17-year-old kid to have Zenon to your right and Alex Smith sitting right in front of you. But Zenon's he's added that, as well as that bit of quality, what he's added is just that bit of calmness, just when you need it. And it's just a shame we never had it 2 weeks ago when we had the 2 games in Brisbane. It's just that bit of calmness that you need, and he finds himself in the right place at the right time. He gets a foul at the right time. He seems to break at the right time. There's a ball played in, and guess who's standing there? Zenon. So that reading and understanding of the game it's there, and it stands it. And it's great to see as well. Great for us. Great for our club.
Yeah. You've got yourselves entrenched now in the top 4.
Mm-hmm.
It is still a tight running, but you've got a little bit of a gap there, and you've picked up Zenon as a midfielder to partner Alex Smith. You must be looking forward to the finals if you get there.
Oh, like again, one step at a time, and it's funny because like when you get to this stage of the season, every game's as important as the next game and the next game and the next game. Believe it or not, we play Palm Beach next week. I know you guys play them midweek as well. So as important as tonight was, because prior to stepping out in the field tonight, I used the example of the Brisbane Roar victory against Brisbane City last night, not as a motivation, but just as an idea or an example that if you win tonight, you now actually create a gap with a game in hand, and that's what we've been aiming for all these weeks. We've never been able to make a break. We've been able to climb up the table, but never make a break away from anybody. But tonight, after last night's result and after our result tonight, we've actually all of a sudden got a break with a game in hand. So yes, we'll look forward to the finals, to answer your question, but I would look forward even more if we can get something off Palm Beach next week.
Okay, now, can I take you forward about 10 days' time? You've got an FFA Cup game against Sydney United.
Yep.
How big is that for the club and for football in Far North Queensland?
Look, I mean, before we talk about Far North Queensland, I think we've got to talk about yourselves in Olympic and how well that he's performed on Tuesday night, and what an unbelievable statement for Queensland football. That two teams from Queensland beat one from Victoria and obviously one from northern New South Wales. It's their chance next up to beat somebody from basically Sydney City, as in the city of Sydney, and it's a great opportunity for myself as a coach, a great opportunity for the players, and it's just, it brings home, watching yourselves on the TV last night, it brings home the importance of the FA Cup and the importance of what FFA have actually done. They've now initiated something that should have been there a long time ago, but the importance of it is just unbelievable. And for football Queensland, or football in Queensland, people are now talking about football as in the round ball, not football as in the oval ball, because it's a national competition and it's on the television, it's live, it's getting ratings. People are talking about it the day after, 2 days after. It's just brilliant. From a regional point of view, I have got so many people that have got no idea about the game of football coming up and talking to me and wishing me best of luck, and that just means that they obviously read the newspaper, watch the news, because we've got a fair amount of exposure in Cairns. We've got a new Cairns Post football writer, Vince Rugari, and he is unbelievable because we've got something about football in our local newspaper every day now, and all we're talking about now is the NPL and the upcoming FFA Cup game, and it's just, you can feel there's this little bit of momentum, and it's like I mentioned before, it's like the bungee jump. You don't know what's going to happen when you do your bungee. I don't know how you guys felt the other day. That's how I feel. You just don't know what's going to happen.
Felt like I was at the end of the rope, actually.
Well, there you go. That's what I'm saying. You just don't know what's going to happen, but you know you're going to be safe, but you just don't know how safe you're going to be. And again, I congratulate Brisbane Strikers. We were at home. I mean, the poor neighbours thought I was killing my kids because we were screaming for you. We were so happy when you scored, because that's what you want. You know what I mean? That's for Queensland. You know what I mean? To get 2 through first, I reckon Palm Beach will win because they've got an easier game as well. I think they've got a third division Hakoah team. Obviously, we've got the harder of them all, but look, the opportunity is there. It's how great is the opportunity? It's brilliant. You know what I mean? So